Okay, I'll start. Thank you. I'm very glad to be here to talk about this topic today. My name is Brandon Kielbasa, and I'm the Director of Organizing at the Cooper Square Committee. I'm also one of the co-coordinators for the Lead Dust Free NYC Coalition. Cooper Square Committee is a long-standing tenants' rights organization on the Lower East Side. We specialize in tenant organizing. The Lead Dust Free NYC Coalition is a coalition of tenants that have come together to combat this lead dust issue that we've been talking about today. It's an issue that's been plaguing the Lower East Side. When reckless construction is done and landlords don't follow the safe work practices, buildings have been flooded with up to thousands of times the legal limits of dust. Councilmember Chin referenced one of the buildings we were working with back in 2014.
The testimony.
That building had a pregnant woman and a child under the age of 6 living in it. That same landlord was found to have polluted 3 other buildings around the same time. It's not uncommon for us to have these issues. It's really reached a chronic, to the point where it's a chronic contamination in the Lower East Side due to this construction. And virtually every landlord that's doing renovations and luxury rehab work, taking out rent-stabilized tenants and replacing them with market-rate tenants, are not following the safe work practices. So I'm here to testify in favor of all the legislation that's being put forward. I think it's all wonderful and going to strengthen the lead laws that are in place for New Yorkers. I'm in particular favor of intros 864, 873, and 874 because they deal more with dust, construction, and safe work practices. While I'm in favor of the legislation, I'd like to say that I think that the city does need to do a lot more to improve enforcement and to utilize Local Law 1. Some of the stuff that came up today was fantastic. We're glad to hear people calling out the issue of no pre-notification for large jobs that, as far as we can tell, that virtually never happens. And checking between vacancies and when there are children under the age of 6 during tenancies could really eliminate this problem. Those violations are really the prevention I think the city needs to carry out, and we're really glad to hear the council members asking those questions today. So in the end, the lead dust issue that we're dealing with is really a kind of an extension of the construction as harassment issue that the city's been taking on in the last 2 or 3 years. The Stand for Tenant Safety package of legislation was a huge step in that direction. So we're really hopeful that this suite of 23 bills, especially the 3 that I mentioned, will really doggedly go into the lead contamination issue and the lead dust contamination issue. And as advocates and organizers, we're here to really collaborate with the council and do the good work on the ground that's necessary. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for calling the hearing.